Welcome. Today we're going to talk about a really neat phone system called 3CX. 3CX offers a feature set and functionality not found in other phone systems. Before we get started, I'd like to tell you a few things about Northern Computer and 3CX. We've been around for about 35 years. We started with the legends like the Apple II and the Commodore 64. Northern Computer is locally owned and operated. We have stores in Kelowna and Penticton. We have over 30 employees, 20 of them in the technical field, and 4 of them certified for 3CX. Our client's success is our success. We believe in building a complete solution for clients, not just selling hardware and software. And we've been in the phone business for over 10 years. 3CX's motto is business phone systems without limits, and it's true. It's a flexible and scalable, software-driven system that was developed specifically for Windows and VoIP technology. 3CX has a community-driven support system which offers very fast response and updates to software. It's very well used and respected by small to large businesses like Boeing, Pepsi, Harley-Davidson. The telephone has had an amazing evolution over the last 100 years. And we've come to a point where we now have the freedom to move with our phone. I had some company over one night, and before they arrived, the power went out. The adults were standing around talking about the power outage, and one of the kids pulled out his iPad and said, "Hey, is the wireless working?" And I said, "No, it's not working, the power's out." And he said, "Oh, do you have a generator?" And I said, "No, we don't have a generator. You'll just have to make do with the power being out." And the adults went back to their conversation. About 3 minutes later, we looked over, and one of the other kids had pulled out his iPhone, and he had made a hotspot out of his iPhone. But the one with the iPad had logged into the phone, and they were now both on the internet, both communicating with friends and telling them about the power outage. And I stopped and thought, the phone is still the center of our communications. It's the hub of our communications. And I want to show you how 3CX has made it easier and more productive to use a phone. I'll be looking at 5 basic areas. The first one is the freedom to go anywhere, the one extension. In those photos you can see the lady on her software phone on her computer on the train. There's a lady on a cell phone. There's a man at home on a wireless handset. And there's a guy in the office on a headset hooked up to a computer or a desk phone or a cell phone, it doesn't matter. All of these people could be on the same extension. The beauty with the 3CX system is that one extension can be used across multiple devices. Your cell phone can work on 3G and wireless as an extension on the system. With a software phone, you just click to dial. In fact, you click to do anything. And you're always operating like you are right there. It has email integration, so you can send faxes and voicemails right to your email. The second item is the price of owning a phone. Save long-distance costs by tunneling into the office. And I don't mean tunneling literally. Tunneling is an action where your information is sent over the internet and you come in through the back of the network into the 3CX system. It allows you to remain as an extension on the system rather than dialing long distance into your home office. 3CX is completely software-driven, so there's no depreciating hardware. Software updates are simply done to one computer. It updates the whole system. You save on wiring because 3CX can be used with existing network wiring. You save on licensing, and adds, moves, and changes are much easier. You can also switch from a typical telephone line to an internet SIP line, which is a digital line that is run across the internet rather than across analog lines with a telephone company. There's a short learning curve for soft phone and cell phone. The third item is presence. Where are they, and what is their status? With 3CX you can have a customized status, and every user can set his own status. So in the presence information panel, any user can tell what the status is of the entire group, as well as who's on the line with who. The fourth one is who's calling and for how long. 3CX has massive reporting options. You can have detailed call logs, extension statistics, abandoned calls, ring group stats, call cost by extension. You decide the extent at which you want to report. And the fifth one is auto attendance. Press 1 for service, 2 for sales. 3CX supports multiple auto attendants. You can have simple or complex ones. In the diagram here, there's 2 auto attendants, one playing during the day, one playing after hours. You can also have ring groups that ring into a certain area. So when the phone rings, all 3 sales lines might ring, and whoever picks it up first gets the call. And there's call queues. We've all been in a call queue. Please hold, the next available agent will be with you in a moment. Your wait time is 3 minutes. If you'd like a call back, please press 2. That whole thing is a call queue, and 3CX supports complex and multiple call queues. This is a typical configuration for a VoIP phone system. You can see the server on the left there, and a gateway operating analog phones and fax machines, a switch operating all the internal phones and video phones, and then the soft phones all running on computers, the mobile phones on the far right. And then you can have remote users and remote office. Next, I'd like to give you a brief demonstration of some of the features of the 3CX soft phone and the presence information screen. A nice thing about the soft phone interface for computers is it's very similar to the mobile interface for phones and tablets. Once you learn one, you'll be very comfortable using the other. Okay, let's take a look, starting with the buttons on the bottom. On the far left we have Presence, and here we can see all of the users. We're going to put this user on Do Not Disturb, and we'll see that instantly it changes to that status. Hovering over the arrow on the far right will give you several options for that user, such as leaving voicemails, chatting, starting a conference call. Now we'll move to the address book, and you can see you also have those options. If the user has an email address, you can also send them an email. The third icon is your call history, and in call history you can listen to voicemails and make callbacks. Or you can use the voicemail button to look at your voicemails. The next option is chat, and you can chat with anyone that has a soft phone or a cell phone. We'll open a chat with this user here. We'll wait just a moment, we'll see them chat back. You can have multiple chat sessions, and you can chat with multiple users. Conference calling is easy. You can create a conference simply by selecting a couple users and starting a conference. We'll start a conference here with these 2 users. You could also add an outside number if you'd like. Once we start the conference, and we'll just answer this phone, you can see all 3 of us are in the conference now. We can add users by clicking on the pencil if we'd like to add more users to the conference. I've opened up the presence information screen to show how the 3 conference users are listed there. By clicking on a user, we have several options. If we're a manager of that group, we can barge in, we can listen, we can whisper to one user, we can record the conversation. For now, we'll end this conference. And under settings, I'd like to show you that under call forwarding, each user is set up with a standard call forward, but also has 2 customizable call forward options. So they can set this up themselves. We're going to customize available too. We can set our own description, and in here we can set custom options that are set up for that specific status. Let's go back to the main interface. At the top we have several options. We have in or out of office. We have a Do Not Disturb. We can add or remove ourselves from a call queue, and we have access to our voicemails from here as well. We're going to make a call to this phone, and I'll show you some of the features while you're on the phone. Once the call is answered, you can see up in the presence information the caller ID of the person that called and who they're calling. In the soft phone interface, we have several options. We can put the call on hold. We can transfer the call to another user. We can mute the call. We can record the entire conversation. We can set up a conference call with other users. We can do an attended transfer of that call where we announce the call first. And we can also switch the call to video if we have a video-enabled system. If the other user has video as well, we'll see their video on the main screen and us on the small screen on the right. If they don't have video, they'll simply see the video that we've broadcast. While in video mode, you can also share a desktop screen. So if you had a spreadsheet up, you could share that with your user while you're having the conversation. Back at the phone interface in the Presence Information screen, we have several options down in the list of users. We can select multiple users and start a conference call. We can leave voicemails, or we can do a multiple chat with all of these users. Those are some of the basic features of the 3CX business phone system. If you'd like more information or a detailed demonstration, please contact Northern Computer today.